Hi guys, Very Babe here checking in. Now last hurrah of summer, we are having Indian summer here in Michigan, and I may look like I'm naked, but I am wearing one of my HCG boutique outfits, and it is just elastic with thin dress. Now, I probably will never ever wear this out of the house, and I may never wear it in the house when there's anybody else around, maybe getting out of the shower, but never ever in my life before, virgin moment here, at my age, there aren't that many left, of having a strapless something, because before I had the girls tucked, there was too much. There was no way a little bit of ribbed elastic was going to keep the girls in. And next summer after the wedding, I'm going to have them inflated, so I may be out of luck then, which wouldn't upset me a whole lot. But so today is hot and humid. The sky's not pink, or I'd be worried about tornadoes, but it's real oppressively humid. I think, Andy, I'm thinking about you, and Donna, I'm thinking about you, because they're talking even Georgia being affected. I'm hoping everything's okay down there. And Made Up Mama is one of the weight loss people that I follow, and she and her family were headed to Disney this weekend. So either that or was last weekend. So I'm hoping she's not going to have her vacation impacted by that. Today, I ate carbs yesterday. I ate carbs willfully yesterday. A lot of white carbs. I did go through Frankenmuth. I did go to the HCG boutique. I found a couple of things. One, a winter jacket, which I have an avocado colored one, the exact same jacket in a large. I think the one I bought was a small, but it's hot pink. And with my hair being red, the hot pink is a bit bright. So I may never wear it, but it was only $5. I couldn't leave it. So even if I end up passing it on, there will be somebody who'll get a nice coat this winter. But today I was up, earlier this morning I was up 2.5 pounds. And you know, it was like, okay, because I guess I needed it to go up some. You know how panicked I was having it be so low, go so low so fast. And I did take a Lasix yesterday. I took another one today. I did get into proteins yesterday. But as the morning went by and I compulsively got on and off the scale, I started to see that dropping, that number dropping again. So the analogy that was going through my mind was that, you know, I've been doing a lot of bike riding. You know, I'm going to move this because it just really looks like I'm naked. So, oh well, it's just going to have to look like I'm naked. You can see my magnificent collarbones. And even my chest muscle, or my ribs up here. Did you know you had ribs up here? Anyway, I have a bike that has 24 speeds on it. I have never gotten out of, I have a little lever here on the handle and I go up and down. 8 is no tension at all if you're on perfectly level, and I get down to maybe 3 on the upgrades that I've been to. If I ever have to go over here and flip this one, I may have a problem. And some of the campgrounds in Florida have some incline, so I'm going to have to practice that. But what I likened it to, my husband says, you pedal all the time. And I always have the tension so I can pedal pretty much at the same pace. And hopefully that won't be real taxing on my legs. Whereas he gets ahead and then he coasts, and gets ahead and coasts. When I coast, it's to relieve pressure off my girl parts. That's when I kind of coast a little bit. I haven't gotten to the point where I can stand up and ride like I did where I was a kid. I don't know if I'll ever be able to do that on this bike. Balance was getting better, and I think that it's not my bike that's unbalanced. I think it's my balance issues. So when I hit that, when I went from just about 160 down to 144.4 in 2 days, it felt like I was bicycling with absolutely no tension. If you've ever ridden a bike with speeds, if you set the tension too loose, you go round and round and round and round and round and round and round, and you can pedal fairly fast, but it's not engaging. Whereas if you crank it so that the chain engages a little more, it's like then you get a good pull. Well, that 144.4 was like there was no tension. It was like just I was spinning and spinning and spinning. I didn't know. That was too much. I didn't know how to respond. I didn't know how to react. So going up, I know how to handle a gain. I didn't know how to handle that double whoosh on steroids. Now that's sick. It's really sick. But, you know, I don't claim. There is a young man that I've started to follow who's, I think, new to HCG. And I looked it up right before I got on. If you go into my history and scroll down, he has all his name in capital letters. It's 3 words and it's all capital letters. So I will try to remember to put it underneath. But he seemed pretty tickled to be on it. He seems to be doing pretty well, and I just left him my email and I said, you know, if you have any questions, I know a lot. So bless his heart, he messaged me back and he said, well, what round are you on? Oh, I just wanted to say, oh, sweetie, you know, I've been on a round. My last 5 years I've been on a round. I'm on a round more than I'm not on a round. I'm not the one to follow for how to do it, but I know all about it. So it's kind of a do as I say, not as I do kind of a thing. When you've hung around as long as I have and done it yourself and talked to other people who've done it and you've learned all the quirks, just by hearing other people do it, then you have a lot of information, and it just is kind of refreshing to see somebody working it so hard. You know, there's one thing that occurs to me every once in a while that's a pet peeve of mine. And this young man is not doing it, so I don't want to imply that he is, but I have seen other people do this, especially with the HCG, and now I'm seeing it with the keto. People who have just barely gotten into the program themselves, all of a sudden want to do educational videos on it. They still haven't either completed a round or been through maintenance or gotten to a goal. They just have read a little bit, or they have a girlfriend selling the drops. I also hate when you click on somebody and you think you're going to get a connection, and what they're doing is, come to my site, I'll sell you some drops. And then you can go sell drops. You can make money selling drops while you're losing weight. It's like I don't do this to make money. I do this for support for myself and for the people that I connect with on YouTube. So I've been aware of people who are YouTubing to make money, and there are a lot of little tricks that you can do, giveaways and things like that, to bring people to get more subscribers. And I'm kind of the feeling that if you're meant to see me, to share me and my glory, then you'll find me, or somebody will tell you about me. I don't have HCG. I used to be HCG Berry Babe, and that still is my email if you want to get a hold of me, hcgberrybabe@gmail.com. But I took it off after HCG Chica had trouble. I just took it off because I didn't want anybody finding me inadvertently when they Googled HCG, for one thing. But I still do HCG in the title sometimes. So there was just one event a long time ago when I was teaching middle school special ed, mostly boys, and I Googled myself, and it took me directly to, it was way back, I was doing obesity help, and it had, it was talking about having gas, and it was very cryptic, no, not cryptic, descriptive, in the way that I tend to be descriptive. And I thought, oh my Lord, that's all I need is for one of my students or parents to Google that, so I complained. Somebody just pulled up in front of my house. I'm sorry, I'm distracted. So I complained to Obesity Help, and that's when, it wasn't too long after that, that they switched over to, you would register your account, but then you would choose a username, because I don't mind people finding me, but I didn't want those students finding me talking about having gas and things about my surgeries and that sort of thing. That's none of their business. Although if I have gas while they're in there, I guess that's their business, huh? So anyway, the second dress arrived, and it was sealed in a plastic bag, so unlike the other one, it had not been out and was not damaged at all. The shoes came today, and while my feet have slimmed down some, I had ordered a wide width and a regular width, and the wide width works. They're pretty. They're navy satin with a little bow, with an open toe and a sling back. I have very narrow heels. So this is summer, and it has 3/4 length sleeves, both of them. But I thought the open shoes, so now I just need to find a purse of some sort. And I probably will have my corsage on my bag because I kill flowers. At my wedding, I had white roses, and someone saw my pictures. They said, "Oh, you had yellow roses." I said, "No, they were white. They turned yellow just by being near me." So, sorry, squirrel, that car just went by again. It's a little white car like my daughter's boyfriend's car. So I didn't know if he wasn't pulling in because I'm sitting out here practically naked in October. So anyway, what else is going on? Nothing. Tomorrow's Together Day, and we'll be going out to dinner. I don't know where we're going out to dinner yet. If she picks Chinese, I probably won't eat, which will make it easier to stay on plan. I'm not right this minute being real tight, although I am starting to think. I have a friend that I'm visualizing. I said, send me a picture of your scale numbers, and I'll do some visualizing for you. Tell me what number you'd like me to visualize. I've had remarkably good luck in the past visualizing for other people, other things. When we needed to sell my mother's houses after she passed away, it took us about 5 years to get them on the market. I actually profiled the family that would end up with each house, and the realtor the first time was making fun of me. And I said, it's going to be, because it was a teeny house, but it had 5 bedrooms. It was up in Bad Axe. And I said, you know, somebody with 3 kids that wears a baseball cap is going to buy this house. And she just humored me because I'm a customer. Well, it wasn't the person who bought it, but the person who ended up living in it had 3 daughters, newly divorced dad, and he wore a baseball cap. So then the big house had been, it had 4 bedrooms upstairs and a great big lower level. It had been the family home for the blended, we were not the Brady Bunch, let me tell you. That's a whole nother set of stories, Andy. So I said, it was in the fall, and I said, somebody who's going to have a big holiday dinner is going to buy this. And I started picturing the big family dinners we used to have. It's open floor plan from the kitchen to the dining room to the living room, and I just pictured that table spread out and laden with food. Well, we closed just after Thanksgiving, so the family didn't get to have their Thanksgiving dinner there, but they were planning a big Christmas celebration. So HCGberrybabe at gmail.com. Send me a snapshot of your scale and the number that you want, and I will put that in my visualization bank. And if you want to visualize for me, I'm heading for 138 and feeling great. That gives me 2 pounds. So bye for now.